dangerous world of a man who does not exist. A young loner on a crusade to champion the cause of the innocent, the helpless, the powerless, in a world of criminals who operate above the law.
Hey, it's me, and welcome to Trump Mafia, the Truth Syndicate. Now, just yesterday I was thinking how Libron James, the basketball player, and President Donald J. Trump have a lot in common. I kid you not. They're both very imposing. They both have an amount of haters, people that hate on them for no real reason. And they both set a lot of records. Now, LeBron James is kind of new for the NBA, a guy that big and who is pretty nimble and has skill sets of a guard, of a center, and it's a combination that you almost never see in the NBA. And President Donald J. Trump is obviously a new force in politics, and he doesn't do things the way the old-timers and the puppets did it. And so they're both quite unique in that. They both give a lot to charity, and we have to say they're both good people, right? Not getting in trouble. There is a difference, though. Of course, President Donald J. Trump has an IQ that is much, 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 much higher than LeBron James, and LeBron James lives in Cleveland, and President Trump lives in the White House. But, you always have the comparison, LeBron James and other greats, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Michael Jordan, and Wilt Chamberlain, and you have President Trump, and they're always comparing him to Abraham Lincoln or George Washington, great presidents, and there's always like this debate or discussion who was the greatest, George Washington or President Trump, LeBron James or Michael Jordan, and this will never stop. But I will say that, obviously, you have to recognize that President Donald J. Trump is in that discussion of being the greatest president of all time. And, of course, Choco Boy isn't. He was really just like a fantasy, a dream, kind of like numbnuts that was just put in there to make people feel good, and he wasn't a real president. Let's be honest, Choco Boy was not a real president, and so I decided to make a rap about it. Now, I'm not a wannabe wigger, I'm just reading, but you got some Ice Cube in the back, and pictures to match. Okay, so for any blacks listening to me right now, this is my hip-hop, and see if you like it. See if you like the flow, as they say. Let's talk about Choco Obama. Drugged out psychopath, there is no racist dilemma. He's half white, yo, like Eminem the little hoe. Obama is the Kenyan hoe. Takes Steph Curry up the hole, then crawls up to LeBron for a blow. He does blow in weed, little pothead freak. Meets Jay-Z and eats his seed. But he was president, so they say, playing golf all day. Got banged by Reggie and went astray. Michelle bashed him with an ashtray, leaving scars on his skull, okay? Sasquatch Michelle, known as Big Mike, makes Obama suck his Big Mike. Yogurt swallowing Barack, no nuts in his sack. Tries to talk like he's black, gets nailed from the back. Grew up in a shack in Jakarta, mom's doing Johns in the back. In Jakarta, eating a Big Mac, Barack dreamed of the USA. Later went to NYC, headed to the YMCA, got laid in the park, caught HIV. On the streets, they all knew he was gay. He sucked his way into university. He knew no real adversity. He blew his way to the top. In his mouth, he got the goo from every professor he blew. He blew everyone he knew. Tried to blow a girl, she didn't have a tool. Bought her a strap-on, then gave her a blow. Became senator the same way, offering his butt for cash and support. Political prostitution became his sport. As senator did nothing, his town came up short. Everyone knew he was a loser dork with a brain dry as a cork. But boy, could he blow, like the BJ champ of the court. Everyone got a piece of his ass, so they gave him the big chance to be the President of the United States. Was this really his fate? To be President of a nation he hates? Yes, it did happen, and it was a joke. He did nothing but grin and do coke. Gave new meaning to the White House. Coked up in a miserable louse. With a little penis, like a mouse, he jerked it off while ignoring his vows. Obama was just skin and bones. With Reggie Love and Van Jones, he just ate yogurt all the time, and they all said his butt was just fine. But he got caught several times. The law has jail terms, not fines. But Eric Holder looked the other way because his boner was inside Barack every day. So no crime, no foul, but destroyed was his bowel. So now he's out of office, still needs a cork in his orifice, but he bought a giant butt plug, walks around with it, fits in real snug. The only time he takes it out is when the Sasquatch comes around, because he will get raped, there is no doubt. But that's Barack Obama, the way he likes it, even if it's a Sasquatch dick.
Say alright, alright, alright.